All right, now, for the past 2 to 3 weeks, New York has been up in flames. And that's not just because it's Pride Month, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in a little late, they said that the smoke is cleared and, the air quality is back to normal. But this shit happened, and a lot of real niggas up in New York have been mad as fuck at Canada. You know what I'm saying? They've been mad as shit, complaining like, "Oh, Canadian fires are fucking causing us to fucking breathe wrong and shit." And I just want to get out there, man. We didn't do shit, all right? We didn't do fucking shit. You know what I mean? So what? We lit a couple fires across fucking Canada. So what? The smoke magically traveled down into your lungs and fucked up your city. We fine over here. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do shit. That's just because the wind took it over and brought it into your place. That's your fault, New York. That's just you. Yeah, occasionally we be catching fucking. We accidentally just catch fire every now and then, man. Yeah, I mean, many Canadian farmers set fire to their crops. That just because it's easier instead of getting the fertilizer and the weed killers out there. It's easier just to light the whole crops on fire. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, sure, a group of female firefighters started a contained fire, and I say contained in air quotes. The contained fire in efforts to prove women are just as capable as the male firefighters, and it got so out of hand that they literally could not contain the containable fire, and it went above and beyond and started a general forest fire because of it. Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Do kids, getting drunk in the woods, just think it's funny to set the fucking forest on fire every now and then? Yes, that happens, right? Do kids on spring break have a yearly tradition of getting completely wasted in the woods, and then instead of cleaning up their mess, they just light that shit on fire? You don't want to pick up your empties, you just set it on fire. You know what I'm saying? Yes, all of that is true. And is it Canadian tradition when a minor fender bender, when you get into a minor fender bender, just to light your car on fire rather than deal with the insurance that is the public insurance that is MPI? Because it's so fucking, you don't want to take a hit on your license, you don't want to take a hit on your fucking vehicle's insurance. It's a lot cheaper just to set your car ablaze. Yes, these are all facts coming from Canada. Is Canada the leading country for arson? Yes. Yes, it is. Now, you New York pussies better listen up, man. You're sitting at home breathing in a smoker's fucking, breathing up in it like you're in a smoker's lounge or something, from the 70s. You gotta ask yourself, is Canada's secondhand smoke all that bad? You have rats, my G. You got rats, and they're rats the size of fucking raccoons. You know what I'm saying? My buddy Taylor, he told me he went to New York one time real quick. He said he slept there one night in a hostel, right? There was like 15 Armenian dudes. You know what I mean? This is how bad the rent infrastructure at fucking New York is. It's so bad, right? He's like, there's like 15 Armenians. None of them spoke a word of English. He left his jacket on the fucking couch or something. You know what I mean? The couch was the coat hanger of the display. Everyone was sleeping on the floor, head to toe kind of thing. He left his jacket there. He fucking picked up his jacket by the end of the day, by the when he woke up, in the morning. Picked up his jacket, bunch of holes, because so much fucking rats. The rats just chewed through his clothing, right? It's fucking bad, right? There's a lot worse things in New York than fucking breathing in some secondhand smoke, man. For one, your monthly rent for a one bedroom downtown in New York costs more than diamonds. Literally, my G, diamonds. Right? You could breathe in a little bit of fucking secondhand smoke, man. New York is the only place you can see a fucking bum shit right next to a multi-billion-dollar establishment. You could have a literal bum and like the the fucking World Trade Center. Well, the World Trade. Well, that's the world. Something like the fucking economic fucking powerhouse of the world, the New York Stock Exchange, and you look behind in the alley, and there's the bum fucking defecating. That's that's New York, man. So honestly, complaining about the air quality from the smoke coming from another country is like complaining about a fart in a car you're driving. First of all, are you 100% sure we did it, New York? Are you 100% sure that it came from us? Second of all, who the fuck complains about a bit of a smell? You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit of wildfires. It's just a little bit of smoke. A little bit of burning trees and shit. You know what I'm saying? Third, there's two other people that you have, you know what I mean? It could have been Mexico. It could have been some Europe country or China. It could have been anyone. It could have came from anywhere, right? Y'all placing the blame on us. You know what I mean? But it's not even fair. You're not even giving us a fair time to explain. Now, it could have been you, New York. You know what I mean? We know that New York smells bad. New York has the smell of shit. We replaced it with nice quality smoke. You know, nothing better than a nice campfire, that smell of burning embers, right? You know, we may or may not have passed that gas. We may not have passed the smoke on to you. May or may not have. It's still up. It's still up in the air. But is it fair to say that New York, y'all niggas might have actually done it? Y'all might have accidentally fucking set fire on a couple of fucking bums. A bum lit himself on fire. That's easily could have been the explanation. That horrible smell could have come from your shitty ass streets. You know what I'm saying? New York. I'm breathing in here just fine. I was breathing all of this month. I was breathing in good quality air. You know what I'm saying? You think it's that bad in Canada? You know, if it was that bad coming from Canada, it would have been bad in where we came from, right? The smoke. What did the smoke just go all the way up into the clouds, travel down to New York, and just lay down smoke for you guys? Shit's impossible, man. People gotta think for themselves. Not a lot of people thinking for themselves. You know what I'm saying? It would have had some sort of impact on my nostrils these past few weeks. I was breathing in perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Nope. Breathing just fine, man. And I highly doubt that the smoke just wasps itself all over the border and magically stays in your city specifically. You know what I'm saying? That's an act of God. If it did come from us. It's an act of God, man. The smoke wasn't even that bad, man. When we lit that motherfucker. I mean, whoever lit that motherfucker. It wasn't even that bad, and it got real bad. You know, New York, you look at me dead ass in the optic central nerve. Was the smoke what the smoke got deadly in Brooklyn streaks? You know what I'm saying? You're looking at me saying that shit got worse when we may or may not have left it from our country. You know what I'm saying? That wildfire smoke got Tim's on, my nigga. That fucking shit. They say breathing in New York City air is was the equivalent of smoking 20 cigarettes a day, right? I say pump those numbers up, my G. I smoked 2 packs a day for months. Still, I can fucking wake up the next morning and run a quick 10K. Easy, bro. Easy, man. These New York niggas ain't shit, bro. So much smoke. Motherfuckers all on Instagram messaging me going like, yo, this shit was bad, bro. What the fuck Canada do, bro? What the fuck y'all doing up in Canada? We didn't do shit, dog. We didn't do shit. Our shit just catches on fire every now and then. There's so much fucking woods. We got so much space. We can't do shit, man. Niggas in New York so pussy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So what? You're worse. You're worse off. You got air worse off than India, bro. You know what I'm saying? So what? New York is the most polluted major city in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? I think they cleared up this week, but we coming in a little late on this news, so So what? You're driving down the 88, you know what I mean, and you can't see shit. You can't see 10 feet in front of you because of the thick haze and shit. Your sight is overrated nowadays. Sass Stevie Wonder, man. Look at what he was accomplishing without visualizing his surroundings, man. I swear, man. Motherfuckers in New York, they complain so much, man. No, and they can't, you know, they canceled so much shit, right? They canceled so much shit. They, you know, they can't. New York ended up canceling school recesses. Like the kids, you know what I mean? Like how the hell did the kids get to school? But to begin with, they had to go out into the public, into, you know, the fucking outdoors and inhale the thick haze of smoke that we may or may not have set on them. They canceled marathons. Motherfuckers couldn't run in a big patch of gray smoke. Come on, out of here, man. They even encourage them to wear masks like they fucking back in the pandemic, man. Shit's crazy, man. Shit's crazy, man. Maybe some good music will come out of this shit from New York for a change, you know what I'm saying? I mean, with all the smoke, you know what I mean? They got that smoke, they got that heat, they got that fire, you know what I'm saying? Instead of this fucking shitty drill music that they've been having, all them niggas sound like they dying of lung cancer anyways, man. And this is no disrespect to Pop Smoke. But damn, nigga, the nigga, his name Pop Smoke, bro. When niggas really do pop smoke down there, y'all cancel everything, you know what I'm saying? Marathon, school, you know, fucking a lot of people going into work, trying to get off of work. Nigga, that's pussy, bro. I'm gonna be real, man. I suggest you try to fucking, if you trying to visit New York City, you gotta prep, you know what I mean? During the smoke escapades, right? You gotta prep. Roughly by smoking a pack a day, and have your homie consistently vape in your face, in your naked eyes, you know, just once a day, and just set up a fucking smoke grenade in your room and set it off and just continue doing your activities, man. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's so many people complaining about all that bullshit. And here's the thing, here, I'm gonna inhale what the fuck they went through, right? This is what I'm gonna do right now, man. We're gonna have a smoke. This is what New York is complaining about. This right here. You know what I'm saying? This right here. So bad. It's so bad, man. We didn't get shit in Canada. We didn't have no fumes, nothing. I bet 2-3 years ago we had kind of the forest fires. I think it was in Quebec that was coming down and fucking up New York. But man, you know what I mean? The skies are red, they said. They said that, you know, a lot of people were fucking you know, if you had some sort of asthma or breathing problems like emphysema, they encourage not to go out because you could possibly die. Okay. You know. They shut down marathons but still, man, them New York niggas, man, they talk a big game, you know what I'm saying? Soon as fucking a little bit of fucking smoke comes in, you know what I mean? And them niggas in New York got heat, you know, they got heat, but they don't want the smoke. They just don't want the smoke, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. And personally, if I had to be completely honest, man, them New York niggas are pussy. They couldn't handle the smoke. They just couldn't handle it. You know what I'm saying? Moving on, man. Let's talk about this submarine. You know, this submarine, or it's like a submersible. They call it a submersible, which I have no idea what the fuck that means. You know, I've been seeing this all over the internet, I guess. 4 billionaires and one son went down to see the wreckage of the Titanic, right? They went down to see the wreckage of the Titanic, and it costed them $250,000 a piece. So each person coming down, it costed $250,000 to go down there, and they went in this tube that many people online are saying is akin to the iron lung, which is fucking wild. They went down in literally a tube. And someone took a picture, right? And I don't know how real this is. They took a picture of the fucking drill plate, I guess, of like the screen, the touch screen or some, the GPS radar thing was drilled into the frame of said submersible. You know, they in the fucking the fucking the tube, the little iron lung that they had, the metal tubing that keeps them safe in the fucking high pressures of water. They drilled into that framing. They had an Xbox controller linked to that mother. They linked an Xbox controller, and that's the only way to control it. They had absolutely no. And I don't know what the fuck it is. They said it was a GPS thing, but I also heard that they have no tracking device on the fucking thing, so they can only see, I don't know, I guess where they are, but they outside of the people tracking them, they have no fucking beacon or GPS device to track them themselves. It's just linked to an Xbox controller, and when that controller, I mean, we all know, if you're a gamer, we all know how fucking quick that fucking Xbox controller can just die. You be playing for 2-3 hours, and that shit just dies on you. You gotta go swap a battery pack, or plug in, man. It's fucking wild, man. And cause like during the week, I heard that they said that they only had like about 40 hours of fucking air in their tanks, or in the lung. I don't know what the fuck. And when they said that was a lie, because I guess they knew about 40 hours before that post initially that there was the thing just fucking it fucking blew up from the pressure from being under for too long. The thing just completely condensed in on itself like a fucking crushed can, you know, like one of those can crushing videos. It's just completely just demolished, and all of those people are just condensed soup nowadays. It's just soup. Those fucking billionaires are dead. And I was talking with my studio engineer. This guy is my studio engineer, man. This guy Lenny, man, the guy that we did the studio, we did the first few episodes of this podcast. We did that with Glenn and stuff in his studios. But this guy's a conspiracy theory guy, and he said like he was told that one of the guys were on the World Economic Forum. One of those guys were on it. You know, one of those billionaires. So this is brand new conspiracy dropping. Brand new. You got the exclusives on the weekend show with Mediumjay. It's a brand new conspiracy. He said that this might actually be a thing. That guy might be going up and kind of negating some of the things that the World Economic Forum had been done. And they just set him up to die, along with all his fucking friends or whatever, along with the guys he's traveling with, right? So you never know. That, you know, it could be. It's a maybe, right? I just think if you look at how fucking stupid, because all the safety precautions have been waived. Everything that all the warnings, they just kind of fucking let her fly, right? They did like absolutely no real safety checks and everything, and it was pretty much destined for those guys to fucking never come back to the surface. It's fucking weird, and it's wild that a couple of billionaires were like, yeah, let's go. And billionaires have been doing weird shit for a while now, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers always say that this shit don't work. Right? Billionaires go up into space and just hang out, party a little bit, come back down. Billionaires go down into the fucking trenches. Billionaires go to islands and shit. You know, they go underground and dig tunnels. You go into islands and fuck kids. You know, and you go down into fucking a submarine, or it's a submersible, which does not sound good. A submersible or whatever, submissible, something. It's something stupid, and it doesn't sound like it would fucking it would last course to the fucking travels. You know, you go down in there, quick adventure, 20 minutes in and out. You go see your fucking, you see the Titanic, and who wants to? Side note, who wants to see the Titanic that bad that they pay $250,000 to see some fucking broken ship? Right? Couldn't you just look up online? Instead of dying, you just look up online, oh shit, a wrecked ship. Cool. Like, it's fucking wild, man. And it's ironic, and so many people are fucking laughing at it. And you know, people online going like, you know, if it was any normal person, the billionaires would be laughing too, right? But I don't know. It's hard to laugh in the face of people dying, but it's just sad, right? Like, yeah. Because, you know, it's sad that they said, you know what, we'll be okay with that fucking, with all the holes drilled into the sides of the framing. We'll be okay with the fucking Xbox controller used for gaming linked to our fucking control panel. We'll be okay not having any GPS trackings or trackers on our fucking ship. We're just kind of fucking, we're just going down in a straight line and coming back up, baby. That's it. You know what I mean? You think the fucking, you think the billionaires just get, they did the finger guns? Yeah, we'll be all good. It's all hunky dory, baby. Like, you just finger guns the guys after walking off. You think that they did that? Yeah, it's all good, man. You know, they're like, he goes that they go to fucking, like, all the people watching them exit into or enter the fucking submersible, the submarine. I'm just calling it a submarine. That submersible sounds too weird. It's like okay, we'll call it a bootleg submarine, all right? You think they entered this bootleg submarine and they're shaking the hands and one guy goes, too slow, like, you know what I mean? Just like, it's like, I'll be all good. They're like, hey, you know, be safe out there. Safe? Yeah, they can shut the fuck up. We Gucci, bro. We'll be back. We'll be back and we'll throw a fucking party with fucking a bunch of bitches and shit when we get back. And then that shit blows up, it got crushed, like fucking a can in the recycling plant, man. That's just fucking crazy, dude. I don't know. It's just it's a weird thing, right? It's just weird that I don't know. I kind of believe that it might be a conspiracy, you know, because things like that happen, right? Like with fucking, you look into what happened with what's his name, Alec Baldwin. You know, Alec Baldwin shot the girl that just so happened to be a journalist, and she was writing a fucking big hit piece on the Epstein Island. I find, like, if you get too close to these subjects or you get too close to these people, they just have that fucking, we're just gonna make you disappear in a hilarious fashion. You know what I mean? Getting shot by Alec Baldwin. You know what I mean? Getting crushed to death in underwaters. You know, deep in fucking 15,000 below feet waters. In a shitty fucking tube that they're calling an iron lung, right? It just doesn't make sense, man. Because a lot of people going like, yo, couldn't he just hit up on the controller? Like, he just smash that up button. You just smash the up button and you just go up. I don't know. The controller might have died. Maybe batteries don't work under 15,000 feet. Or what if they got like shitty fucking dollar store batteries for the controller? They're just like, yeah, fuck it. We paid $250,000 for this. You know what I mean? We paid $250,000. Just fucking. I'm not spending any more money. Get the cheapest batteries you can. They took the batteries out of their remote control from the TV. Yeah, this will be good. This will work. I don't know. It does make you think. It does make you ponder. You know, some of these things going on. But let's get back in. Let's get into some more news. Let's see. So my friend, now this is just some personal. My homeboy Tyrone motherfucking Jackson. You know, he just had his baby, right? About a month or two ago. A little motherfucker, cute as fuck, right? And he told me, man. And my nigga's a savage, bro. He really gives no fucks. He has that no fucks given attitude, bro. This nigga crazy, right? So this nigga fucking brought in to the hospital while his baby mama was giving birth. He brought in his Xbox, right? Speaking of Xbox, he brought his Xbox as a controller and everything, right? He brought his whole set into the fucking delivery room, which is wild. Then he asked, while his fucking baby mama's going into labor, he asked the fucking girl at the hospital nurses, he's like, y'all got a TV I can borrow? So this nigga's fucking gaming it while his fucking baby mama, you know what I mean? The mother of his soon-to-be child, and he's fucking getting a quick gaming session in, right? And he's off the hospital Wi-Fi, bro. And he told... This is what he told me, man. He told me this shit. He told me, he's like, yo, the Wi-Fi was so bad, I had to ask. So, like for an Ethernet, I had to ask them if they had an Ethernet hookup, and I could just fucking, you know, hard line into it. I'm like, jeez, bro, you fucking crazy, man. He's like, yeah. I sorry to interrupt, you guys' fucking baby mama's pushing fucking the baby's crowning and shit, and you're just like, yo, I don't want to interrupt y'all or anything like that, but y'all got a fucking cord to hardline because y'all Wi-Fi is trash, bro. That's what he said. He said that. He legitimately said that. And I'm like, I can't believe you did that, bro. That's some fucking next level don't give a fuck type shit, man. And yeah, I mean, that's my nigga Tyrone, man. He's baby's, you know, happy and healthy. The baby looks like him too. Fucking cute little baby. He's a savage, right? I just think it's funny as fuck, man. You bring an Xbox to the fucking delivery room, ask for a TV, and ask for the hard line. Let me get a hard line. Let me get an internet cable real quick. You know, I know y'all are busy, you know, attending to like a whole bunch of mothers giving birth and shit. But fuck, man, I am getting a lag that fucking is pissing me the fuck off, man. It's like, let me unplug some of these fucking wires over here. The hospital lights go down. Oh, it's just wild, man. Fucking niggas, man. Shouts out to Grim, bro. Shouts out to my buddy Grim. He's fucking... I can't stop thinking about how stupid that is, man. It's almost as dumb as fucking going down into 50,000 feet of water just to look at some wreckage of a Titanic and go, you know what? Let me get a fucking Xbox controller to control my movements. You know what I mean? Let me just fucking GPS, schmeeps, we don't need none of that. Fuck it, let it float. You know what I mean? We'll just float back up to the top. We'll only have enough fuel to last going down, and we'll float back up to the top. It'll be all Gucci, bro. We good. Come to find out. Yeah. I don't know. What else is there in news to talk about? There's so much news. We got a lot of news. The Hunter Biden thing is crazy. I wish I fucking read more about it. You know, I may not be able to fucking tell you guys, but apparently there's this giant thing with Hunter Biden. Apparently he was fucking... I wish I fucking knew. I'm totally blanking on what the fuck went on with Hunter Biden, but I think there's apparently he was putting. I just seen it. Oh, what the fuck is it? He put in tax write-offs of fucking prostitutes at a sex club, right? That just came out, right? Just on the cusp, right after that comes out, there was some Russian civil war going on. So, like, a lot of people are going like, this is all a big cover-up. The Russian civil war going on to cover up the Biden story, the Hunter Biden story, because Biden's son is fucking out there spending money and using tax write-offs to just buy prostitutes. I think that might have been the case. There also is like a giant thing that these sons of Bill, especially with the president, you're the son of the president, you can't really get into any trouble. But the dude likes to buy prostitutes. I wish I could write off the prostitutes. You know what I mean? I wish I could do that. You know what I mean? I write off some of the drugs that I've been buying or something like that. You write off the fucking sex toys that you bought. You know, you write off some of the freaky shit that you've been doing. You know, it's just for a billionaire or a billionaire's son, you are untouchable. People, we're never gonna be able to fucking. And the thing is, with Biden, they have to make sure that he goes in to another fucking. He has to get another fucking term, because if he fucking doesn't, he only has the 4 years. Who else are they gonna put up there? They already fucking day in and day out have been constantly trying to foil, like a fucking evil genius or something, or foiling his plans of Donald Trump. He's like running, and Donald Trump's so fucking, it's so weird. It's like cartoonish levels of politics that we've gotten into in America. Like, they're like, rats, you foiled my, Trump. He like, they're trying to get him on so many different things, right? He's indicted, he's fucking impeached, he's going to jail. They say he's fucking for this and that, for the documents that he took, and he just or the prostitutes that he booked, or the fucking pussies that he's hooked, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, it's like, they like, all right, this is the time. He's going to jail now. He's fucking getting impeached, or he's getting indicted, or whatever the fuck is. They're throwing the book at this guy, and he's just fucking doing some fucking Matrix, like Neo from the fucking Matrix level backflips and dodge. He's dodging everything, and people just go, rats. All right, we'll get him again. Nevertheless, anyways, and they just go on like nothing really happens. So, I don't know, man. Like, I always, even before Trump, even before Obama, I was like, with Bush, I was under the impression that the majority of these fucking politics and hearings and fucking debates and the fucking, elections, all of that shit, I was under the impression that this shit was like a big WWE, like it's scripted. It feels scripted, right? Like a lot of this shit, and you could ask yourself this, a lot of it feels like it's scripted. Doesn't it feel like we just go through these motions like, oh yeah, this guy's is up against this guy. They came out of the woodworks of wherever the fuck they came from. Trump was probably the only guy, in all honesty, that was actually solidified outside of the presidency, outside of being a candidate. He was a legitimate businessman. all of these people that they just pick from, like Obama, before Obama ran or was getting ready to run, where did he come from? Who was he? You know, he wasn't, was he a fucking, he wasn't no mayor. These guys come right out of school, I don't know, volunteer for something, and sure enough, they just become the fucking president. And it's weird. Like, with Canada, we have Justin Trudeau. Now this guy, literally nepotism at his finest. Like, let's ask ourselves, Justin Trudeau isn't fit to run a fucking bicycle. You know, my G, he ain't fit to run a bicycle. He ain't fit to run on a treadmill. You know what I mean? Without fucking embarrassing half the nation. Why is he... The only reason he is in there is because of nepotism. His dad was a good leader. His dad was, well, not even maybe the best leader. His dad was an okay leader. And his son, let's be real. Let's be real with what Justin Trudeau did. Justin Trudeau, he indoctrinates a lot of fucking weird woke activism in Canada. And it's for absolutely nobody. None of this shit helps. None of this shit. He fucking forced people to get a vaccine. Did it help? I don't know. It feels like Justin Trudeau's just kind of a bag floating through the wind, kind of, you know, you could, if you pay him enough money, you can get him to do whatever you want. And that's the God's honest truth, right? I feel as though with a lot of these politicians, they're fucking hitmen for hire, man. You fucking get it. You need a bill passed. You get, you know, you pay them some money, and you fucking get it passed. There's this thing where on the Canadian internet, and this is kind of weird. It's not really. It's only applicable to Canadians, but I honestly don't understand it and how they can really enforce it. But they want majority of the news and internet, which is going to be weird for internet things to be played in Canada, which is already weird because it's the internet. Doesn't really make sense. They want 30% of Canadian homegrown news, which is odd. It makes me skeptical because, first of all, if I'm in Canada, anything I talk about, I don't know if does it already count as being Canadian, you know, Canadian from origin, Canadian, you know, Canadian akin to Canadian. I don't know, man. And these laws, you don't know if you're breaking them, right? Like, I knew when I was in radio, television, broadcasting, there was that dumb fucking rule where you had on the radio, when you're playing music, you had to play at least 30. So if you had 100 songs, 30 of them had to be from Canadian artists, which is fucking, it's weird, right? Especially because, like, if a Canadian artist goes out and like, say he's born in Canada, immediately goes out at like age 13, 14 to the United States and just spent his whole life in the United States, and then at 20 something became famous, started making all this music in the States. Since their Canadian origin, it still counts, but like their whole sound is influenced from, or like a Jamaican, like, right, a dude that goes into Jamaica and that makes like Rastafari music, which is not even close to, but he just happened to be born in Canada, but it's Jamaican music, and they're like, all right, that, you know, that counts as the 30% mark. It's such a silly and goofy rule that I feel as though, like, it's very hard to fucking really enforce, because you could literally be like, yo, this isn't Canadian news, or no, I was thinking about Canada at a time, or no, you just hire like a Canadian writer to like offshoot, like, okay, so here's the thing. You know, this guy's from fucking Australia. telling the news, right? You can't play it in Canada because we need at least 30%. No. The person writing the teleprompter for him was Canadian. Okay, that's good. That's good. Him, the cameraman and the teleprompter guy. It's 30% is the teleprompter. I don't know, man. It just doesn't really make sense, man. It's and it's got me stressed out because I'm like, man, how do I Canadian it up a bit? I need to fucking throw a Canadian flag in the background. Do I need to wear a Canadian pin? Or was my clothes 30% Canadian? It's fucking hard to judge, man. And we're all sick. We're all sick of the fucking fascism that we're living. It's worse than Auschwitz. It's worse than Auschwitz. In all honesty, Justin Trudeau rules with an iron thumb, like he's his true dad, Che Guevara, or whatever the fuck that guy's name is, Chevy Guerrera, Chevy Gorilla, or whatever that fucking Castro. That's what it is. It's Castro. Yeah, Fidel Castro. That's the guy. I was thinking of the other guy, the other Mexican. Yeah, no, he's like fucking. It's worse than fucking. He's ruling with an iron thumb like he's fucking Fidel Castro's son or something like that, man. I don't know, man. I feel the more and more these politics get into everyday living, the more we as human beings and the average citizen, we have to fucking put a fucking stand. We have to do something, man. I was talking with this guy, Tim, who's a lawyer from Toronto that came in, and I don't know why he bought a fucking place in our apartment blocks. These are shitty apartments, man. I wouldn't buy this. As soon as I fucking get some money I scrape together some money, I'm buying a fucking place that's far away from here, you know what I mean? In terms of like quality of living. It's not the best, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking shitty 90s windows. We got heating that works, but no AC. It's one of those buildings, right? It's one of those buildings. No bug screens, like fucking flies coming in. I had a bird, like about a year or two ago, I had a bird come into my... It was a pigeon, bro. A pigeon flew into my thing, and I was like, what the fuck? Get the hell out of here, pigeon. We got a shitty place, right? This guy came from Toronto. He bought the property. Sight unseen. He just came in. He's like, I want it. For some reason. I'm coming down. It's going to be an investment, right? He's downtown, and they're building up downtown in Winnipeg. So it's coming, it's not... They're trying to get the fucking... But it's at that weird gentrification stage in downtown Winnipeg where there's, we had a concert yesterday downtown in Central Park. There was a bunch of white people, you know what I mean? Bunch of white people. All these white people coming to spend their money from the suburbs and shit, But then also, like, across the street, you could see a dude with no pants on. You know what I mean? His pants are around his ankles, and he's fucking tripping he's tweaking. He's tweaking off meth. And you go, it's at that stage where, like, they don't kick out these people that are fucking methed up. And they got pants around their ankles, and they're fucking on the corner dancing or whatever. Or they're throwing up in a garbage bin. And they're like also like throwing on live events, and they're having their big festivals of the hipster shit, right? They're doing all of that stuff. But I don't know, man. In all honesty, and to get back onto what I was saying, it was weird that fucking this guy Tim, he talks to me all the time like I'm gonna do something. I don't know what he wants me to do. He's like, Jeff, you gotta speak the message, get the word out there. And I guess I will through this podcast, but it's just this weird. He's like, because with our new building owner management guys, they're like fucking up the infrastructure. They're kind of like they're like doing a lot of things that make absolutely no sense. He's consistently questioning where the money's going. And he said they're like trying to charge an extra $8,000 in the next upcoming year or so. So it's gonna be affected on our prices for our housing or your apartments, and rent's gonna go up if you rent, and if you own it, they're trying to get like an extra $80 a month. And and his whole point was like, listen, man, what we pay for right now is way too much. So like, where is this money going? Where is it? Why are you getting these prices? And what are you going to be doing to really fix the infrastructure of this whole entire complex? And it makes sense, man. And I'm like, but I don't, again, he's like, you got to get I go, what do we do? And it comes back to this whole thing with politics. Like, it's like, what do we do if they just consistently fuck it? Like, if they just came out and said, listen, man, we're fucking you over. And like, dude, they voted him out. They got a bunch of people to lie on the vote, and he's like going head over heels with it, so to speak, with this thing where it doesn't really matter what he does, because he's further into this shit. He's further and deeper into this shit that just doesn't really fucking, like, he's on like a wild chase to try to find out the people that own the things, the people that fucking are making these decisions, the board of directors. He got kicked out, so now he's out for a vengeance. But I'm like, you need a lot of time to fight that, man. And he's a lawyer. And he's like, I work and all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm way too busy to even listen to his stories when he tells me this shit. And he's like, you gotta fight for it. And I go, how do I fight? Well, stay informed. And I go, but like, if I just know what the bad shit they're doing, how can I affect them? How could I stop that? How could I, put a monkey wrench in their fucking plans, right? It's like, dude, I have no idea how to fucking stop that. And he always like gives me the fucking a whole list of fucking bullshit that they're going to do to the building, and I go, great, what do we do? And he's like, just tell people. So what am I gonna just sit by the door and just hand out flyers or something? I don't know, man. This whole thing, man, I think with like the legalities of what's going on, there's always loopholes to everything. There's always something that fucking, like, it's one of those things where it's like, if people are fed up with a building, they just sell it. Or they don't like where they're living, they'll sell it or move. If they're renting, they'll move out and find another place. But I feel as though, like, it happens everywhere, right? In every fucking place. It's either ridiculous rent for just nice, adequate living, or it's real cheap and you're with slum landlords, you're with slum property owners that fucking do duct tape worthy jobs, and that should, that what's not working, all right, we'll just glue some fucking plastic over it and call it a day. It is what it is, man. Definitely don't know how you could stop that, especially because, like, the people at the top get greedy as hell, man. They get greedy as hell, and they're so greedy, man. It's fucking, they're so greedy, they'll be like, yeah, I'll just fucking use an Xbox Live controller to control my sub, bro. Right? It just doesn't, the rich don't really see any real fucking point in spending money for better quality of life, right? There's like that thing in their brain is broken and it gets split. They're like, This guy's fucking, he's living in a shitty fucking suite. What, the doorknob doesn't work? Fuck it. And glue it back on, you know? What, the heat doesn't work? Fuck it, man. It's hot outside, open up a window. Oh, it's fucking, it's fucking cool. The AC doesn't work? Oh, just buy that dude a $20 fan. And it's coming out of his rent and next, you know what I mean? He's putting a fucking add-on for the, you know, $25 is $5 fee for delivery. Some shit, man. It's like that. They just fuck you over, man. It's constantly and consistently they bend you over the table and they just start pounding you with bullshit. You get the bullshit fees, right? I would say personally, I've begun to stop even fighting it, stop wanting to fucking some sort of thing. I've given up on like trying to get my own landlord to do anything, right? I had for the longest time my fucking garage, this is like a year and a half, my garage key didn't open my door. Or it opened occasionally, like it worked 50% of the time. So I'd go down there and I'd open up the garage door and it didn't open. I'm like clicking the button, I'm like, it doesn't work. And my landlord would look me dead in the eyes and go, you broke it. I go, dude, it was fucking like 3 or 4 years old. Like maybe through constant use. I put in a new battery, it didn't work. Put in, you know, all right, okay, sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. But even then, it would be like the times when there's someone maybe behind me going, or I'd go in and it would work, but it would just be some guy passing by going like, all right, I got you, buddy. Because they know that it fucking, those little things break for so many people in the condos. So I finally just said, fuck it. Ricky, give me whatever the fuck you're going to charge. Give me just a new one. And he gave me an old one that worked, and it's a fucking $50 fee. And I'm like, but wasn't it like $10 or $20 the last one? He's like, yeah, but the replacement fee. And I go, listen, man, whatever it is, just get me a fucking key that works, dude. And I know that as fucking, it's bullshit, but what can you do? Like, I'm stuck in this weird, it's the trap. You know what I mean? I'm stuck in the trap. High interest rates that don't make sense, and it's you're living in poverty, so we gotta fucking charge you adequately, right? It's fucking weird, man. I'm like stuck in this fucking, and I'm stuck in it, man. Right? But I don't know, man. If all goes well with my job and everything and I just start stacking money, man, I'll be able to fucking pull myself out, pay off my debts, fucking chilling out money like one of those fucking, what am I chilling out money like an ATM or something, you know? Just constantly, what am I paying for? Okay, here. What is that for? Here. Like I got, and this is, you know, I guess we could tie this into inflation. This is like, I don't even know, man. I went to fucking Thompson. Out in Thompson. I was staying over there overnight and I'm like, fuck, it's late night, but I kind of want like some chicken wings. Or I wanted some, chicken bites, you know, little chicken nuggets from Domino's, man. I ordered them and I'm like, fuck, man. How much? I got like 16 little chicken bites, and it was like for $27, and I tipped the dude, so it was like 30 something bucks, and I paid 30 something bucks for these little tiny fucking 16 little. They're like little tiny chicken nuggets. I ate them, and I remember going like fucking for $30. You know what I mean? For $30 fucking dollars, I had a meal, and I was just like, this is fucking wild. I bought a pack of smokes for $25. 25 fucking dollars. And they weren't even the most expensive packs of smokes. They were just regulars. You know what I mean? They're like mid-level cigarettes. I'm like, how the fuck has inflation gotten this bad? Like, I go out, I grabbed one bag of groceries. I grabbed one single bag of groceries. Bro, I grabbed one, let me rephrase. I grabbed a bag. And here's the thing, I brought my own bag this time. I didn't even pay the 30, it's 30 cents because they got rid of plastic. It's all of that fucking, that mesh bags. It's those fucking recyclable bags. Like, I got rid of I got rid of that fee, the 30 cents fee. Still $100. $100 for one bag of groceries. One bag. That one bag's gonna last 3 or 4 days. $100, right? How the fuck can the grocery stores look me dead in the eyes and go, yeah, $100 for a bag? Is a bag, and most of it wasn't even groceries. I bought like a toothbrush, some garbage bags, you know what I mean? Canola oil. It was non shit that I could eat. It was wild, man. Makes me fucking mad. Pisses me off to no end. I'll be mad as fuck, bro. But again, right, and inflation keeps rising. They say it's gonna happen. It keeps going up, right? They're with no end in sight. They have absolutely no fucking. There's no real cost of accountability other than the fact that the pandemic just happened, right? And for all of that free medicine that the world gave out to, you know, all the fucking jumps on the vaccines and shit, they have to fucking somehow fit the bill throughout the so like all of the taxpayers' monies, it all goes into the medicine that we all were forced to take, and we're seeing the price gouging right now with everything, and it's linked in a way that I don't know how it's done. I don't know how they're able to do it, but it's definitely like that bill is still like there's a lot of money that's owed to the pharmacies and shit. And I don't know how they're going to take the money from all the food and agriculture and, you know, put it back into the fucking thing. But it's like the tax. Okay, so I guess maybe if it's the taxes, it came, and this is fucking shit that it's not my wheelhouse. So forgive me for, I'm going to probably fucking fuck it up or sound real stupid. But it's the taxes from the fucking... what is it? I am playing. The taxes from the medicine that we were given, it came out of our taxes or whatever, or jacked up something, and we got medicine for free. But on the back end, we had to pay for something. So this something is everything that we normally buy. Gas is an extra fucking, gas is up. Fucking housing is up, interest rates are up, and food is up. Food and drink. So whenever you go to buy something, you're looking at it and you're going, the fuck? When was my grocery bill this ridiculous? You go buy a couple of things and you're like, it should be $50. You scan 4 things and you're like, that's $120. You know what I mean? You go to get gas. You go fill up a tank of gas and you're like, I'm looking at it's 89, is 80, 90, maybe even $100 of gas now to just fill up. You're just filling up. You're just going out for the week, hundreds of dollars. I'm normalizing in my brain whenever I decide to buy something, I'm gonna need a couple $100. The other day I was like, man, I gotta set aside $200 because because I'm probably gonna buy a couple of things this week. You know what I mean? Probably gonna buy a couple of drinks. Probably gonna buy a couple of fucking things of food. You know what I mean? Get like I don't know. Go get a bag of chips. It's $10. Yeah, you get $8 for a couple of bags of chips. It's ridiculous. And with the constant, like, you gotta be cheap nowadays. You definitely gotta be cheap. You know? You gotta save money where you can. And I guess this is advice to anybody, but like, if you're out there and you're like worried about money, you know what I mean? And you're worried about how you're gonna pay for the next meal and shit. You should probably try. You should probably try when you're going. You know, you just spent $250,000 on going on your trip to the Titanic. Why not just maybe use your fucking maybe link the controller to an Xbox gaming system controller. That way you save some money there.